Learn here, accomplish now, through gatherings, discussions, and being enriched by others. Explore here, make now, through projects, experiences, and endeavours unveiling new paths. Evolve here, change now, through new perspectives, engagements, and actions that challenge the rules. Share here, reveal now, through learning, experimentation, and unlocking new vocations. Awaken here, create now, through inspiring generations driving progress in the world. Here and now, emlyon.
Good morning, thanks a lot to be there with us on Campus France Live. We're going to talk about higher education in France, and as you've just seen, we're going to talk about Lyon Business School. That was a really cool trailer, really engaging. And we're going to talk more specifically about the Global BBA. To talk about that and discover the school and the program, I'm very pleased to welcome Chantal POTY. Hello.
Hello.
You're the Global BBA Program Director, and just
Thank
next to you is Victor THIERARD. Hello.
Hello.
A Global BBA alumni. You can ask all the questions that you have about the program on the different chat sections. Let's begin maybe with a quick introduction. Can you, to begin, Chantal, introduce yourself in a few words?
Well, I am Chantal POTY, and as you said, I am the Global BBA Program Director, and I'm very pleased to be there, and welcome to all the students, and we are here to answer all your questions, so feel free to ask all questions. There are no bad questions. We are ready for this.
Yeah, and you can ask them directly during the live, and if you're watching us on replay, you can also ask all the questions that you have. Victor, can you introduce also yourself in a few words?
Yes, of course. My name is Victor THIERARD. I am 22 years old. I am part of the 2021 promotion of the Global BBA Lyon. And I am currently working as a client service manager at Edmond Rothschild Asset Management at the private equity and real estate desk.
And we're going to talk about this really interesting career that you have just after graduating. Before that, Chantal, can you present in a few words also emlyon Business School?
For sure. Well, emlyon Business School is a French business school among the best one. We can say one of the 4 French business school, one of the 20 best European business school, as the Financial Times is recognized as. It has been founded in 1872. 2 reasons to say that. First of all, that means we are celebrating our 150th anniversary. So great moment, great celebration for the school and for everybody, for all the community. And secondly, because this school was created by, was founded by entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs. And these local entrepreneurs in 1872 could not find on the job market the skills they required to develop their company, to develop their business. So they decided to launch their own school. And 150 years after this, emlyon is still a business school that develops skills in order to help entrepreneurs, in order to help companies, in order to help organizations to develop in a future world that is quite a lot changing and that requires new skills. So our mission is definitely to prepare every kind of individual, from young students up to executives, to develop these skills that business will require tomorrow.
And to help them develop all these different skills, what are the different programs that you offer?
Well, actually, emlyon is involved in what we call the lifelong learning process. That's to say, we have programs for very young students, via the BBA program we are going to present afterwards, up to executive programs for senior executives who want to learn more, to develop new skills, and also to share with other people, other executives from other companies, in order to be able to cope with uncertainty and complexity they have to face.
And you have more than 9,000 students for the initial programs. That's a lot.
Yeah, actually, well, more or close to 9,000 students from Global BBA program up to MSc in programs that are much more specialized, either in digital marketing or in finance or in legal, in law as well, business law as well. We have 20 of them, and we have also this PGE, that is Grande École Programme, that is actually the first program that has been developed by the school. So close to 9,000 students in the initial training, and something like 6,000 participants in the executive programs each year.
And we're going to focus on the Global BBA. How long do the Global BBA last?
Well, the Global BBA program is a 4-year program, actually. We decided when we launched this program to be compliant with the model that is present in US, but also in Asia. That's to say a 4-year program after high school, leading to a bachelor degree recognized by the French Ministry of Higher Education, and also totally compliant with Bologna process and what is designed as a bachelor degree in the Bologna process.
And where are the different campuses located to study the Global BBA?
Well, the different campuses, first of all, it's possible to start the Global BBA program in Écully, okay, for the ones who are going to start this program directly in English. For the ones who will start the program in French and progressively move to English classes, because as far as year 3, all the classes will be taught in English. Then the ones who will start in French will start in Saint-Etienne. Saint-Etienne is, well, not a small town, but smaller than Lyon for sure. Not so far from Lyon, something like 60 kilometers from Lyon. And it's a city with quite a lot of students. I don't know exactly how many students in this city, but student city. And for French-speaking students, they will start in Saint-Etienne. Then, during the curriculum, during their studies, students will have the opportunity to move to Shanghai. We have a campus there. To move to Morocco, Casablanca. They will also have the opportunity to move to India, to Mumbai. We have launched a new campus with Xavier Business School, Xavier College, a few years ago. And also for their final year, they may have the opportunity to go to Paris. 4-year curriculum will also be delivered on Paris campus.
And there is an important question for the maybe fewer students watching us today, the question of the different accreditations that you have. What are the accreditations for the Global BBA of Lyon Business School?
Well, actually, first of all, for Lyon Business School. And Lyon Business School is one of this, I don't know, is it 1% or 2% business school in the world who have the what we call the triple crown. That's to say ACSB, the American accreditation, EQUIS, the European accreditation, and then AMBA, that is much more dedicated to MBA programs and General Management Master program. So we have these 3 accreditations, and the Global BBA program benefits from these 3 accreditations as well.
We're going to make a little focus on your background with you, Victor. What did you do before joining Lyon Business School, and why did you choose to study the Global BBA?
Yes, so thank you. Before Lyon Business School, I was in an international high school in the region of Fontainebleau, and then I decided to choose the program because there was a strong and very interesting entrepreneurial mindset. I mean, in the pedagogy, but also in the professional that you will have the opportunity to meet during the program, during the BBA. There are also many possibilities to do international experiences via the internships or via the exchange. And I think this is quite unique to do so many internships. There are at least four internships.
Exactly.
during the program. So this is quite unique because it means that at the end of your degree, you will have almost 2 years of professional experience, which is a very, very good asset to enter the job market. Yeah.
And it's true that in France there are plenty of business schools. What was for you the most interesting with Lyon Business School in regards of the other business school that we have?
For me, this is really the entrepreneurial mindset. This is very unique in Lyon. I can't find it. I couldn't find it in other school, because we are going to study, you know, very business classes, but also very other and very open-minded class that are very unique in Lyon.
We are now going to talk about the program and the pedagogy of the Global BBA. Can you maybe, Chantal, tell us a few words about the program? What do we concretely learn in the Global BBA?
So many things. Okay. Well, as we said previously, the Global BBA program is a 4-year program. And I should say it's divided into 2 parts. The first 2 years are dedicated to the fundamentals learning. Actually, you will learn the fundamentals in business marketing, finance, human resources, operations, management, and so on and so on. You will also, during these 2 first years, learn the basics, the fundamentals of digital technology. That is also one main distinction with the other business schools, because we are convinced that in this world that is changing so quickly, so fast, due to technology and other reasons as well, but that even businessmen, future businesswomen need to be aware of technology, of the potential of technology. So they will discover, you will discover if you join us, the basics of technology, of digital technology, and we will come back to this later on, I think, during these first 2 years. These first 2 years as well will be dedicated to the fundamentals of project management, and students will discover how to complete a project, how to conduct a project from A to Z, from the idea up to the final outcome and so on. Then, after these 2 years, year 3 and year 4 will be much more focus more on a systemic approach, on decision-making approach, much more strategic insights, and actually much more individualized learning path, where year 3 and year 4 are the opportunity for the students to definitely define their professional project and validate this professional project and make some choices according to this professional project. The specialization, for example, in year 4. If I try, I know that I speak too much, sorry. But I will just try to summarize and to say the main characteristics of this program. First of all, I should say experimentation through projects. From the first day of the program, students will be involved in projects. International dimension, it's a global BBA program, so we will develop these global skills. Entrepreneurial mindset, Victor already told about this mindset, and it's very important. At ease with technology, familiar with technology, being able to design new products, new solutions, new value propositions using technology. And finally, we are also definitely convinced that we should develop specific skills so our students will be able, once graduate, to contribute to the world, to change the world, because the world needs to be changed for more solidarity, for more respect for the planet, and also actually for more justice, I will say. So that's what I would like to say.
No, but that's really interesting, and I think that it's one of the key focus of the students when they want to choose what they want to learn and what they want to study. They want to have a job and a career that can at least change the world, so that's really important to have it directly in the program. What is the balance between practical and theoretical classes?
Well, very important question, and I will just start with the answer, and then let Victor give example about practical learning and all these experimentations. In the BBA program, we have definitely designed a program that enable this balance between practical learning and theoretical learning. Practical learning, we want our students to be able to tackle practical issues, to be operational within companies, and to have this ability to adapt to different situations and to understand what happens around them and so on. So that's why we have so many projects during all the program, all the curriculum. But as the world is changing so fast, they also need to have this step back and to have the ability to, to conceptualize what's happening. So we dedicate a very significant part to the theoretical learning. So we always, and the learning during all the curriculum is always this kind of balance between practical learning experimentations and a deep dive in theoretical backgrounds. But as far as practical learning is concerned, I think Victor has quite a lot of experience to share with our future students.
What did you do concretely? Maybe you can talk about some projects you are to work on to realize how concrete it was.
Yes, of course. So what Chantal said is right. Yes. So in the first weeks of the BBA, you will already have the opportunity to dive in the professional world and to be close to companies. So for example, yes, it was in the first weeks, you will have the opportunity to manage, to complete a field study. For example, with my group, we had the opportunity to work for an electric bike company. So we had to build a survey to assess and to understand the needs and the daily issues faced by the clients and the electric bike users. And we had also the opportunity to report directly to the CEO of the company, which is a great experience, especially when this is your first year of BBA. I think this is quite exceptional. So, and then I think this is during the second year, you will have the company creation contest, which is a very, very important step in the program, because you will have the opportunity for several months to build your own company, your own project virtually. Yes,
virtually.
Of course. Yes.
But sometimes can it be a real company?
Yes. Okay. Sometimes, and so you will have to create your concept, your internal strategy, your external strategy. You will have the opportunity to draft your own business model and to meet experts, to meet professionals.
And what was the company that you created during this second year?
It was a very, I liked so much this project. It was with my team. We create a company that was providing support to professionals, to entrepreneurs that had companies in liquidation or bankruptcy. Okay. So it was administrative support and also psychological support. Okay. So we met a lot of experts, for example, at the commercial court, at the Chamber of Commerce. Yes,
but in the business model, do entrepreneurs that are at the end of their company have a little bit of money?
Yes, that was the main thing in the project. But I think and this is all the support of emlyon and the teacher that is really important, because they are able to guide you and to tell you, but here you can make money, here you can't make money, and it makes you also ask the good question to your team and to yourself. So this is really great.
That's really important, because it illustrates the idea that there is strong links between the different classes that you offer and the professional world.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And thanks to the projects, and Victor told about the field study, told about the business creation project, and in year 3, for example, they have what we call a business challenge, and actually they work in group for the CEO of a small and medium enterprise or for an entrepreneur. And, you know, a CEO who is confronted to an innovation, either innovation in a product, in a process, or in whatever of a field, and who needs to be challenged about his business model. And it's very exciting because you have groups of students, 19 years old, already having developed the basic skills in whole the business field, and already have had a few internships, and were here and just challenging the CEO of this SME and giving him some new insights in his in the issue he has to tackle. So very, very important, and they learn during all this process methodology to be able actually to tackle this kind of complex issue. And all these projects, maybe we need to say that because students may feel, oh my God, I'm not ready to do this. I'm 17 years old and
I know nothing about the world, nothing about
business, about companies, and now you will ask me to to give advice to a professional. Well, actually, as Victor said, there are tutors, professors, professionals who are coaching the different groups and helping them with methodology, helping them asking the good questions, helping them in the way to design the solution they will present. So a very strong connection, and also a strong connection thanks to internships. But we will come back to this topic later on, I assume.
Of course, before that, we're going to talk about admission and student life. Just a quick question for you, Victor. You had the opportunity to follow plenty of classes during the 4 years you had at Lyon Business School. What was your favorite class and why?
So there is a class that I keep in my memory, which is quite unique in Lyon.
I think so.
The class is called Prototyping with Fab, I think, and we had the opportunity to build and to design and to craft a robot with 3D printers and to do a competition. But this is, I mean, this is really an opportunity to open your mind on other classes and other technologies that just, you know, digital tools, traditional digital tools, and to to create something with your hand and to think differently. So it was really great. It was really thinking outside the box. I love this. And yes, and for the second year we also had the opportunity to prototype a mobile application. So it was to enhance the campus life, and to it was quite open ideas and very interesting.
Chantal, you just said earlier that it was possible to begin the program both in French or in English.
That's right.
Is it possible, if you decide to begin the program in English, to learn French during the Global BBA?
No, it's not possible. It's compulsory. Well, actually, if you chose to come to France for higher education, to develop your skills in business, it's very important to actually learn about the French culture and learn about the French language. And so you will have, if you do not speak French or if your French needs to be improved, you will have to attend French language classes, and it will be great because there will be also the opportunity to discover French culture, French gastronomy, and all these French arts and all this stuff.
And at the end of the 4 year, is it possible, how is the French level of the non-French speaker at the beginning of the 4 years?
It depends on the students, but there are some students who just joined in year 1 and do not speak a word of French, and because they participate quite a lot in the student life, and we will come back to the student life afterwards, because they invest themselves quite a lot, they involve themselves quite a lot in the French classes, because they decided to have internship in French companies, even if it was not so easy for them. At the end, they speak very good French, where C1 if we refer to the European reference. I don't know how to say, but well,
so it's
quite
possible.
Operational. Yeah, it's possible. But there are also some students who can say bonjour, je vais bien, comment vas-tu?
And that's it.
That does not go any further.
So it depends on the implication, but that's really interesting because the higher education is always about implication. And
that's right.
Have two people with the same diploma, but not all the same skills. If you're joining us, thanks a lot to be there with us. You're watching Campus France Live, and we're talking about the Global BBA of Lyon Business School. We are now going to talk about admission. First of all, what background do you require to apply to the Global BBA?
Well, actually, students, young students at the end of high school could apply whatever the specialization they may have had during high school may apply for the Global BBA program. There are two different tracks to apply. Either you are involved in a French high school and you are preparing a French baccalaureate, then there's only one choice, Parcoursup. And just remember, the deadline is the 29th of March.
So only 7 days before the end of Parcoursup. So if you're in this situation, you better have to begin at least or end your admission
That's
process.
Right.
How does it work with Parcoursup? So you find the Global BBA on Parcoursup,
Exactly.
and then is there like something that you have to do, like an interview, another interview?
Well, actually, for the ones who are preparing a French baccalaureate, we will go to Parcoursup and choose the Global BBA program. Then that means they will participate in what we call SESAM written examination. We belong to SESAM group. That's to say you will have to take a written exam that are made up of multiple choice questions about 7 different topics: language, quantitative, logics, and this kind of stuff. And the schedule for this written exam is the 13th of April.
Okay.
Please, if you apply this way, please train yourself, because you should not arrive on the 13th of April and, I'm just discovering what it is about. You need to train yourself. You will find examples on My Prépa Sésame, and please do this. So for these ones, they will have this written exam on the 13th of April, and then according to the results, you will be invited or not for the next step that is made up of two steps. One English oral interview, just to check the level of English and make sure that it's okay for you to start with the English track if it's your wish, and then the interview, and I should say the motivation interview, the personality interview. And this interview aims at identifying if your motivation, if the young man or young woman you are is compliant with what the program is, and the way we are teaching and the way we are developing skills. We want to make sure that thanks to this program and thanks to our learning process, you will grow and you will develop yourself, and you will build your employability. So this interview, the objective of this interview is definitely to make sure that you are in the right place. That's all. So this is for the ones preparing a French baccalaureate. For the others, there's a specific exam for Lyon. So you should apply on Lyon website. Then you will have a login, password, and all that is required to go through the different steps of this selection process. You will have first to go through a kind of assessment centers. That's to say, a situation where you have to make decision, where you have to make some choices, where you have to conduct some virtual interviews and so on, just to identify the way you behave confronted to complexity, the way you behave confronted to a lot of information, and so on and so on. Then you will have, once again, an interview. But it won't be a face-to-face interview, a synchronous interview. It will be a deferred video interview. So you will have 10 questions and 1 minute and 30 seconds, something like that. I think it's, yeah, that's it, 90 seconds to answer to each question. The questions will refer to your life, to your experience, to your feeling, to what you like, what you dislike, what you want to do. So you have to give us, thanks to this interview, deferred video interview, all the information that will help us to understand who you are, and to have finally the same way of thinking. That's to say, oh, this young man or this young woman, do we think that we are able, thanks to our program, to develop his or her skills and to make him or her grow? That's it. And you will get the results very, very quickly, whereas in the Parcoursup process, it takes quite a lot of time. And the final result will be available only on the 2nd of June. But for the ones who will apply via the international examination, actually, if you apply now, you will get the final answer maybe within 2 or 3 weeks, a maximum of 3 weeks. So it's a rolling process, and you know very, very quickly if you join us or not.
And what kind of qualities are you looking for in the candidates' profiles?
Well, the kind of qualities, first of all, we want students who like to learn, I will say, and who enjoy learning, who want to learn more, who are expecting a kind of academic excellence. This is very important, and we want our students to challenge themselves during all the curriculum. We want students very open-minded, and open-minded, that's to say open to the world and curious about a lot of things. But when I say curious about a lot of things, that does not mean I have a look at my mobile phone and I just read the title of the different
newspapers,
blah, 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 and that's enough. I know everything about this. No, you should go more in depth in different topics. But this curiosity about what's happening in the world and about the future of the world, actually, and curious about the others, it's very important also. And we I think you live this, and you will tell us about this, Victor, afterwards. But students who want to learn with the others, who want to build something with the others, who need actually the others to grow. That we are living in a world that requires collaboration, cooperation, and in the business world, it's even more pregnant than in the rest of the world. So we need people who are ready to work with the others, who are ready to involve in a collaborative spirit, and people who are ready to commit themselves for whatever they want, actually, but in order to change a little bit the world, and with a kind of not ideology, but yes, convinced that they can do something so that the world would be better afterwards.
What would be your advice, Victor, in order to have a successful admission?
My advice would be to really be yourself and to explain what are your hobbies, what are your passion, everything that can add a value to your profile and to your future career. Exactly. And to the program. So it is very important to develop all your soft skills and to explain to the person that you will be in front of who you are really. It is really important. not focus only on academic sides.
And maybe not invent some hobbies or some passions.
Exactly.
Because I imagine that sometimes people, I mean, I want to go to a business school, maybe I would say that I really like crypto money, even if I don't know anything about it. But I mean, the fakeness can really easily be discovered.
Yeah, be yourself, because actually that's what I said. What we want to identify is that will the program help you to grow, to develop yourself? So if the applicant, the candidate we have in front of us does not behave the appropriate way, is not himself, is just inventing a role, playing a role, actually we may make the wrong decision for him. So it's so important, be yourself.
But for instance, if you have a candidate that is passionate about French TV reality show, can it be said, like, I mean, he knows everything about it, he knows the industry, how it works? Can it be something interesting, or is there some wrong passions?
Why not? Why not? If he's passionate, he has reasons for this passion. So what is important is why such a passion, and how does this passion help him to develop himself and to grow once again. So why not a French TV reality show? I never met any candidate who said, I'm passionate about this, but why not?
But it's because I know students from business school who are passionate about that, but they never say it publicly, even if they know everything about that.
But you know, I think the founder of Endemol, of this kind of companies, for sure, may graduated from some business schools. So, well, actually, why not? It's an activity like another, and it may also be some, well, related to some passion about psychology. Why not? Not so. Well, it may be interesting to analyze the psychology of these people.
You will have 20 candidates passionate about TV reality.
Oh, that's right. It was
in the
a little
next
bit
interviews.
fake, actually. It's okay.
There is another important step once admitted. It's all the different administrative steps to come to France. You have to have a visa sometimes. You have to find a place to live. How do you help students with all these steps to come to study in France?
Well, actually, we have what we call the Student Service Center. That is a centralized service located in Écully, and with people, with teams helping all the students coming from every country and who joined our programs. And they will organize webinars from, I think, mid-April and up to your arrival in France, just to help you about how to get your visa. But I know that Campus France also helps quite a lot. Thank you for this. And they will help you about how to get your visa, help you about all the social security stuff, help you about understanding how to open a bank account. And if you are not 18 years old, because some of you may be younger than that, they will also help you and your family to understand better how to cope with the fact that you are not major and so on. And for accommodation, we don't have a specific dormitories, neither in Écully nor in Saint-Etienne. But we help students to identify great locations to live, either in a student residence or in some flats. And it's very usual that students share a flat, 3 or 4 of them. And for example, in Saint-Etienne, they may have very, very, very pretty flats with a very low budget, a little bit more expensive in Lyon, but you will be guided by these people, by this team in the Student Service Center for all this stuff. webinars from April up to your arrival, and once you arrive, you will also have many events dedicated to you, so that everything will be fine and smooth, and you won't have to worry about all of this.
And we're going to give more details about this student life and how it is concretely to be a student at Lyon Business School. Before that, we're just going to watch a little video to know more about the Saint-Etienne campus, and we will be back just after that. You're still watching Campus France Live. Thanks a lot to be there with us to talk about Lyon Business School and to know more about the Global BBA. We're now going to conclude with two major topics. The first one is the student life. How is it like to study at Lyon Business School? And then we will talk about the professional world. Victor, what was your student experience at Lyon Business School when you go back to the past? Well, it was like 1 year ago, but how was it for you?
No, the first important thing is for the first year students. Sometimes there can be fears of being alone, etc. So first of all, everybody is quite in the same situation when we are heading to the BBA. Everybody is coming from different cities and different countries, and without knowing everybody in the school. So very quickly, there are going to be events organized by the associations and the administration to get to know each other and to discover the school and to discover the cities, so that you can never feel lonely. Huh?
What kind of events, for instance?
Oh, there are many. So, for example, there are sports events. Yeah. Very quickly, I think in the first weeks.
In the first week,
yes.
Exactly.
And this is really important because you're going to create groups and to discover people that you do not know, and you will have the opportunity to share values, to share the ambition to win the competition, and it creates a lot of good moments.
Yeah. The welcome weekend event as well, beginning of October, just with actually nearly all the cohort organized by the Bureau des Élèves, and very pleasant moment to discover each other and to find friends and
yes, and you will also have the opportunity to enter in an association with a team. So it's very great because you will have the opportunity to join either the sports office, which organizes events of, for example, the ski weekend. You will have, we did rafting, we did esports competitions, we did volleyball night, a lot of things. You will also have the opportunity to join, for example, the art association.
The talent show.
Organizing the talent show, very famous event in the school. You will have also the opportunity to join, for example, the World Connection, which is a specific association dedicated to international students. For example, organizing events around gastronomy, around the region, and very interesting association. And also an association dedicated to sustainable projects and sustainable events.
That's right.
Yes, so never feel lonely in the school.
That's the idea, to create a group. And I imagine that when you're making the cast for the Global BBA, you want to have people from all over the world with different mindset to create a really great group. How many students do you have in the Global BBA?
Well, actually, we have more than 200 students in the French track. So the ones who will start in Saint-Etienne, and also 240, something like that, will start in the English track. So that means a whole cohort is made up of around 500 students. And just one point, even if some students will be in Lyon, others in Saint-Etienne, for this student life, we will organize quite a lot of events all together. When we mention the talent show, for example, it will be for the whole cohort. We welcome weekend, exactly the same. So we won't have a cohort, a French cohort in Saint-Etienne and an English one in Lyon, not speaking to each other, but a whole cohort who will share many events together. So don't worry, you will find friends who will be your friends forever.
And there is an important topic also, it's the professional world, because the idea in a school is not only to have a good time with the student life, but also to find a job at the end of the program. First question is about the internship. As you mentioned earlier, there is the possibility to do at least 4 different internships during the 4 years of the Global BBA. How does it work?
Exactly. Actually, there's an internship for each year of the program. First year of the program, it's your first contact with business, with enterprises. So you will have a short internship period, 2 to 3 months, from mid-May up to end of August, if you don't have any holiday. And this first internship is much more a discovery of a company, participating in whatever you want as an operator, as a worker within a company, just to discover the way it works. Then, in second year, you have an internship that is dedicated to apply what you have learned. So it's a 4 to 6 months internship in second year, and you will join a team, either a marketing team, a business development team, a supply chain team, project, or whatever else, and you will be part of this team, and you will work as a member of this team, understanding where actually the contribution of this team to the value creation within the company. Then in the third year, you have, once again, a 5-month internship, and now you have already developed quite a lot of skills, so you are ready to carry out a project autonomously. So we are expecting you during this internship to complete a project in autonomy, to be able to go for an assignment for the company on autonomy. And finally, in year 4, you have a 6-month internship. That's your final internship, the way to prepare for job market, okay? The final way to validate and make sure about your professional project. And it's also the opportunity to actually to make this connection between practical world and academic framework. That's to say, you will also have to write a bachelor dissertation related to this final internship, making the connection between the two worlds, and make sure that these academic insights help you to understand better this complexity, this practical, this on-field complexity, you will live during this internship. I say internship, but sometimes, Victor, you can say, when you start your internship in the 4th year, you are an intern, but sometimes after 2 months, you are no more an intern.
Yes, that's true. I had the chance to join the company. So, for example, if I can give some feedback about my experience. So, for my first internship, I had the opportunity to join a French group working in a marketing and branding position for a few months. For my second year, I joined Edmond de Rothschild Europe group, which is a financial group. For a marketing and communication internship, and I was quite passionate about the topic, so I decided to do a second internship the year after at Edmond de Rothschild Asset Management in the business development and sales team. And after that, it was the 4th year, so I did an internship in the operation banking system, and I had the opportunity after some weeks to join the company in a permanent position.
And you're still working for this company?
Yeah, since 1 year.
And with this enthusiasm.
So that's a really good success story. How do you help the students to find internship? I imagine that you have strong links with the professional world, and that helps.
For sure. Helping students to find internship rely on 2 different dimensions. First of all, as you mentioned, connection with companies and with the business world. And we have quite a lot of business partners and quite a lot of opportunities that are offered to students to meet companies, to meet HR directors who come to the campus, either the Écully campus or Saint-Etienne campus or Paris campus or online. Since Corona, we learned to organize this kind of events online to present their companies and to actually select, to recruit some interns. So quite a lot of events with companies and partner companies. This is one side in helping students to find internship, but there's another part of this guidance of students, because finding an internship requires to know what you are looking for actually, and which kind of internship you want to do, and why you want to do this kind of internship, and so on. So we have quite a lot of workshops, coaching sessions, career activities to help students to define what they want to find in their professional life, which kind of skills they want to develop, which kind of situations they want to experiment, closer to product or closer to client, or maybe to process, and so on and so on. And therefore, to identify which kind of position they may look for as an internship. So 2 ways to help: contacts with companies and career workshops for each student to be aware of which kind of internship he wants to do.
And what can be, once graduated, the different job opportunities for the students? Plenty of them.
Plenty of them, for sure. Actually, nearly all operational positions that are that exist within companies, from marketing, digital marketing, business development, controlling, supply chain. There are quite a lot of opportunities in supply chain management due both to digital technologies and also all these sustainable development issues that are changing totally the way supply chain management is considered. So finance, just like Victor said, or HR as well, you know, joining as a HR manager within a factory or with a team and so on. So in all kind of operational positions, and in any kind of organizations actually, startup, SMEs, mid-cap, multinational companies, and also associations or foundations. So for any kind of organization, any kind of business positions, depending on what the students definitely or the graduate want to do. And
any kind of place in the
world for sure. Global BBA, that means the way we are preparing our students is to make sure and to develop skills so that they can actually have a professional position in any country without any problem. You know, okay, I want to be, I don't know, a community manager or business developer. They are ready to be as agile in this kind of position in France or in Asia or in Canada or in Africa, in any country, because we are working and developing these intercultural skills that are so important.
And the salaries?
Well, the salary, if I refer to the last, because as you know, or maybe our students do not know yet, but every year we have a survey that is completed and asking the graduates, what are you doing, which kind of position, in which company, in which country, and how much
do you earn?
Exactly. And if I refer to the last survey, the average salary for the BBA graduates was 41,900 euros or something like that. Okay. I should say 42,000 euros, but there are, I think, 50 euros missing to say 42,000 euros. Very close. And you know, as we have, I said, so many positions are open for our students due to the skills we are developing, and but there are so many also that are going for business development activities all over the world, and this business development can help students, graduates, to earn quite a lot of money anyway.
So that's a good information. We are now coming to the end of the life. Before leaving you, can you maybe give us one piece of advice for students who plan to come to France to study at Emlyon Business School? Victor, what would be your advice for the people watching us today and asking themselves, that could be an interesting thing to study at Emlyon Business School?
Yes, I will advise them to do so, because I think, as Chantal said, that Emlyon will give you the keys and the technical and general background to enter the professional world in the best conditions and to access a very interesting, great position on the job market. Yes, it is very constructive 4 years.
Chantal, some question for you. What would be your last advice for the people watching us today?
Do not hesitate. Join us, and you will live a human adventure that will be so great, and you will learn so much, and you will prepare for the life you are dreaming of. So do not hesitate, and we will be very happy to welcome you next September on the campuses, either Écully or Saint-Etienne.
And that will be the last word. Thanks a lot, Chantal POTY and Victor THIERARD, for having been with us today. And thanks to you to have watching us. If you still have questions about the Global BBA, or if you want to discover more about Emlyon Business School, don't hesitate to visit the website of Emlyon Business School. See you soon on Campus France Live.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.